absolutely fantastic. Oh my God, it was fantastic. So detailed. But anyway, I would love to see somebody like really take seriously the importance of early childhood education. And it might be nice to see like somebody really tackle that. And this is actually an issue that I have with a certain group of people. I've been raging on them for the last couple of days, and they're headed by a certain man. Whose last name is Sanders. Never do they have anything substantive to say about education. And I think this is actually a larger problem for the Democratic Party and for liberals generally. Education is not on the agenda at all. It is a bunch of cliche, catering to the teachers union, which is one of their major constituencies, which is fine. Workers are important, teachers are important, they're very important workers. They spend more time with our children than some of you spend with your own children, so that's important. Maybe some of all this because of how long they're at school, if your children are in school, right? It's all important. But
the best thing you could do for education in New York is to make the subways safe, because there are good schools all over the city. It's just many parents are afraid to put their kids on the subways. So one thing that's not partisan, it's not a Democrat versus Republican issue, but I've seen it in Copenhagen and in many cities in Europe, is they're able to reduce the number of police on the subway and also make the subway safer at the same time. And the way they do it is they use facial recognition technology. I'll be very brief here. They use facial recognition technology, and if you have committed more than 2 felonies on the subway, you get a lifetime ban from using the subway. And it turns out by banning people who've committed 2 felonies on the subway, you make the subways very, very safe, and you don't need very many police. And so I think that's something that can be done in New York, and it's not an issue of Democrat versus Republican. It's a way to save money and also keep the subway safe at the same time.
Well, Edmund is streaming the room on YouTube. I wish instead of he coming in on his anonymous with the glasses down at the bottom, he would just tell us that it's John Kittiver on YouTube. I wish he would just tell us he were doing that, and then people would know, as opposed to him just coming into rooms and streaming them on his YouTube channel that 2 people go to, including himself, when he's not reading from the Hare Krishna while wearing a Trump hat. It's beyond creepy, it's stupid and dumb. So why don't you just come off anonymous and let people know that you're streaming? It's so stupid, bro. It's so stupid.
I think you should consider the possibility that most people are just not interested in the nuts and bolts of public policy. Most people on Clubhouse, they just enjoy kind of rooting for their team and trolling the other side. I think there's a very small audience of public policy people.
Yeah, it's the guy, you can find it on YouTube. I think his particular account is the anonymous down at the bottom with the sunglasses.
Wait, so does that mean if this room is being streamed live on YouTube, does that mean that any random fucking person could be listening to me right now, same as it already is?
Well, right now he never gets a lot of people.
So it's actually more dangerous for me to worry about somebody in this room than somebody on the YouTube channel.
Yeah, it's only 2 people.
Right, and in this room it's like a bunch of random people. Could be anybody. Like, who are these people?
Yeah, I find it's worse than that. Oh, let me be very brief. He records the rooms. The rooms stay hosted on the internet forever. And with advanced technology, right, people in the future will be able to review those recordings and match your real identity to what you say in this room. So, for example, if you say something in this room that is politically incorrect, it could result in you getting fired from a job. So, I think
that's
that
already
the fact
happened
that
to me.
and then I'll shut up. The fact that people are recording the room means that if you say anything in this room, be for it to impact your life in the future. I'm sorry, I sound like a sourpuss and a pessimist, but that's how I feel.
Well, Norm has done that himself. He's gotten people fired.
No, I never did such a thing.
You
What
got both fronts.
kind of a lie was that?
I heard that Norm had sex with a transgender.
Ha ha, pussy. Go couldn't handle the heat. Liberal Democrats run when they don't have their private spaces.
He was very instrumental in me leaving Christianity, so I thought, as an ex-Christian, I should help a Jew become an ex-Jew. But it's not about not becoming a Jew, Steve. It's just about leaving Judaism, the religious part, the part where you celebrate, like the child sacrifices in Egypt and stuff like that. Just leave the rituals and the religious part alone, and just celebrate, I don't know, whatever it means to be Jewish without religion.
Well,
One could do that.
I mean, Benjamin, for some people, that's not so cut and dry, but I hear you, and I'm sure we will hear you.
But either way, I did leave
Again and
my
again.
family. I walked away from my friends and my family, and that's fine. If they want to worship a God who kills children, they can do that.
And I'm sure they are crushed around Thanksgiving. Because I'm sure you are a joy. I'm sure you are a pleasure at Thanksgiving.
I brought my child to Thanksgiving, after growing up, and that was kind of a cool moment when I brought my child for the first time to Thanksgiving. And always at Thanksgiving they had read a Bible verse, and so I kind of communicated beforehand. It's totally cool if you want to read a Bible verse at Thanksgiving. All of our kids and grandkids will be at the table. But also, I get to read a Bible verse at the Thanksgiving table for all your kids. And that year, Thanksgiving was just a meal. We ate food. That's it. We didn't read the Bible. So I have a feeling that people who are familiar with the Bible know better than to let other people read it. And that's kind of their own version of bullshit. Is that they know full well that the Bible is bullshit, and they're just pretending. They're lying to us. They're lying to us about what it means. They're lying to us